what's going on inside the concert. Okay? So again, with that, I will hand it over to Mr. Philip Halseth, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Hi, good evening. As Mr. Vergara introduced me, my name is Philip Halseth. I'm the music teacher here at Questa as well as at Bethany. Tonight, you're going to hear performances by actually 4 different groups. Our beginning band that is up here right now, followed by our choir, our advanced band, and then our district-wide jazz ensemble. The beginning band, these students started playing their instruments just 4 months ago. We started by learning just how to take the instrument out of the case, learn how to get a sound, and now we've learned how to play a few simple pieces for you. The first of which is their B-flat concert scale. Our last piece for you is Jingle Bells. This will actually feature 2 measures short solo by Lord on the sleigh bells. And this is a perfect time to acknowledge a good friend of mine from Livermore. This is Kathy Boster. She's a fellow educator and was kind enough to donate her time tonight to accompany both our beginning band, as you just heard, and our choir. So if I could just get a little acknowledgement for her. All right, this is our choir. We meet 2 days a week. We've learned a lot about reading music, singing. This first piece is actually sung what's called a cappella, which is pretty challenging at this age. I'm going to have Miss Boster give us just a couple notes, and then they're going to sing kind of on their own without any piano accompaniment. This piece is called Dona Nobis Pacem. That means give us peace in Latin. All right, this next piece is what we call a jazz standard. This is Beyond the Sea. It's a piece that's been performed all the way back since about the 1940s, and just performed in a different variety of settings. Or sometimes it's sung, sometimes it's just played on instruments. That's what it means to be a jazz standard. Our performance it's a pretty brief one, but they've had a lot of fun with it, as you'll see.
I'll go
Right, our last piece that we're performing is called Cold and Fugue Season. So it's kind of a play on this time of year, obviously. Of course, we all suffer through sneezes, sniffles, coughs. So what they did is Ellen Foncannon took a rather familiar melody by Johann Sebastian Bach. It's what we call his G minor fugue. And she put some words to it, so our choir is going to kind of complain about suffering through this season to that melody. So this is Cold and Fugue Season.
I don't think we'll ever make it through this song without Kleenex, cough drops, and NyQuil, high heating pad, Vicks, and a doctor's pill. And anyway, I think it's much too long. Please toss the Kleenex, hand out the cough drops, turn on the vaporizer, call for the flu shots, dish out the chicken soup, hand out the crackers. Please call my mother, I'm feeling sick. Please take me home. Don't be too bad. I had this cold, my aching head. Should I stay home like you said? But here I am instead. Oh, I don't want to sing this classic view for you. But I just keep sneezing and sneezing, and my partner's coughing and wheezing, and I don't think Bach had sneezes in his youth. Achoo!
The first of which you might recognize as Thriller. We actually had the opportunity to perform this a little bit earlier in the year. We had the Halloween Carnival, and the band played the Addams Family, which was really fun. They got to learn about all the different auxiliary percussion that they can play, and we played this, and they really liked it, so we kept it for this performance as well. So this is Thriller. piece, I'd like to make just a couple of acknowledgements of students that are going above and beyond. I recommended several of the students that have been doing just an outstanding job this year to participate in the Tracy Area Honor Band, and a few of them were selected, so I'd like to acknowledge them. That's Jenilyn Cole, she will be playing with them. Anthony Mercado. Joseph Olson. And Cyrus Akbari. And I have one more recognition, and that's for Anthony. Anthony, I've worked with now for 3 years, and he's always been kind of a student leader in the groups that I play with. I was able to convince him this year to try out for the County Honor Band. And of the 17 students that auditioned on trumpet, he made principal chair, so he'll be first chair in trumpet in the county. All right, our next piece is kind of a slow, reflective piece. It's really nice. It's called A Song for Friends. For this group. Features a couple familiar melodies you'll recognize. A cartoon Christmas is the title. It features Frosty the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. This is kind of just a fun treat that they really enjoyed playing. This is our district-wide jazz band. They meet 2 times a week over at Bethany, Tuesdays and Thursdays for 45 minutes. It's a group of really dedicated students, most of which I've worked with over the years through the band teaching that I've done either at Bethany or at Questa. And I have the pleasure of learning new students each year. And they actually kind of reminded me of something I forgot to mention when the advanced band is up, and that is this year we've been afforded the opportunity to do field trips, and I love taking bands to festivals. And so the first day I heard we were going to get to do that, the first day of school I submitted something to Mr. Vergara as well as Mrs. Wingo at Bethany for both a festival at Delta College and a festival, and what we call the CMEA, it's California Music Educators Association Festival. And these are wonderful opportunities where the students get to perform in front of college-level adjudicators and then get some feedback. They get a clinic with these highly educated, really wonderful teachers. And they also get to hear other bands their age perform, so they get an idea of what their peers are doing. So we'll be doing 2 of them this year. One is in March, that'll be at Delta College, and one in Modesto in late April, early May. And so the students are really excited about that. We're going to be working pretty hard. We're actually going to be combining both the Bethany and Questa bands to do that. So that's something we're really looking forward to. So, without further ado, this is our jazz band. We have 3 pieces performing. A jazz band performs a variety of styles of music, and the pieces we're playing kind of reflect that. The first piece is what we call a swing piece. The second is a bossa, which is a type of Latin jazz. And the third is a funk, which is kind of a mixture of jazz and rock. So this first piece is called Blues at Frog Bottom. Something I actually, well, I don't know if I learned it. The first year I taught was the year before Questa opened. I was at Bethany, and I put a concert on the Thursday before the winter break. And whenever you put one right near a break, you always run the risk of missing a couple kids. One of my students that plays a really integral role, I always tell students on a musical team, nobody sits on the bench, everybody contributes. And anytime you're missing any student, it affects the performance. Unfortunately, tonight, our keyboard player is out of town, and so we really miss her, but our band has been doing an awesome job with it. So this next piece actually has a little bit of piano solo, but we decided we could cover it without it. So this is Blue Bossa. It will feature Elijah McIntosh on trombone and Kenneth Siaton on alto sax. When you listen to a jazz piece, when a soloist performs, it's okay to applaud during the piece. Before we play our last piece, I'd like to thank all of you for coming out and supporting music education here in Mountain House. I want to thank Mr. Vergara for helping me out tonight. I want to thank Mrs. Boster once more, or Mrs. Boster, sorry. And I want to wish you all happy holidays, enjoy the two-week break, and this is our last piece, Buffalo Head. It's going to feature Mark Raimundo on alto sax, as well as Adrian Tolentino on the drums. one final round of applause for all our wonderful performers. Good things, thanks. All right, thank you very much.
And can we get a round of applause for Mr. Halseth, please? Thank you again for coming, and again, if you're in the mood for more Christmas music tomorrow night or holiday music, we will have our first and second grade concert tomorrow evening. Thank you very much for coming. Have a good night.